I'm rolling.
Can you see my hands?
I can see your hands.
All right.
Move in a little bit. Perfect. Great.
Awesome. So if we could start with your name and what you do.
Okay, well, my name is Emilio Fernandez, and I have been in the transportation arena for many, many years, especially the rail sector. And over the last 10, 15 years, I've been investing in new companies. I have been what you may call a VC, in private funding, but that's basically what I have done the last few years.
Can you talk about your time here and some previous achievements?
Time here, you mean University of Maryland,
Yes.
basically? Okay. Well, I graduated from Maryland 50 years ago and went away and started to proceed down the career path until a few years later when the dean of the School of Engineering at the time brought me back and showed me around and suggested that I would get involved with the university, a different perspective, first as a student and now as a contributor. So we talked for a while, and I did just that, and it's been extremely rewarding. I've been doing that for about 25 years. I've been involved with the Board of Visitors and the board at the School of Engineering as well, the Board of Trustees and the Board of Visitors at the School of Engineering.
And before we talk about the things that you've worked on here at Maryland and the Idea Factory, which we're very excited about, can you, what is your definition of creativity?
Well, creativity is closely related to vision. If you're going to be creative, you must have vision. And I believe that vision is inherent in every one of us. But it is the ability to be able to see, at least in the technical world, to be able to see products, companies, services that do not exist, and to be able to see them with sufficient clarity to create them.
Can you hear typing or? Yes or no?
No, it's good.
Okay, awesome. That was a great definition. Are you a creative person?
Not sure. I think all of us are creative to one extent or another. It really comes down to whether someone has the courage to look at the future or not. That's the turning point, the way I see it. So we grow up among peers, and we don't realize that we're creative or not. Then you begin to hear it, and you begin to believe it. But in a sense, I've heard it enough over the last few years, and I'm beginning to believe that I'm creative.
Well, I would say that a pretty big act of creativity is what we've been hearing about, this new Idea Factory. So can you tell us what that is, or what it's going to be?
Well, the Idea Factory is going to be a very unusual operation in the sense that it's fairly new for the University of Maryland. And it's going to bring together all the different disciplines of engineering, mechanical, aerospace, fire prevention, and so forth and so on. That's going to be the core. Now, to really understand it, I think we need to look at it as a number of concentric circles or spheres. So the core is that engineering group that I defined. But it is our hope that we can bring scientists from physics, from chemistry, from all the different sciences to collaborate with us. And then after that, move it across campus and have other groups participate in the Idea Factory. In fact, I've had great conversations with the Dean of Arts and Humanity, and there is a possibility that they will be collaborating as well. School of Business, without any question, and then take it out to other universities within the system, the Maryland system. I am almost certain we will be collaborating with the School of Medicine, for example, in Baltimore, and then from that point on extend it to the community and try to link up with other universities and other institutions within the community around the Beltway.
What's the importance of collaboration between disciplines?
Well, the problems, or many of the problems that we face these days, are extremely complex. And the only way that I feel we can crack them is to bring different disciplines into the picture. It is seldom, although it happens, but it is seldom the work of a single scientist or engineer. So by creating a platform where they can collaborate with one another, we think we'll be able to come up with interdisciplinary solutions to the complex problems that we're facing.
So you were here 50 years ago. Have you been in and out of the area or since then, or have you stayed here in the DMV region the whole time?
I have been based in this area for all of that time, but I have traveled extensively during that time.
And what would you say is unique about the DMV area? What has made you stay and be a successful business person for all these years? What did you know before everybody else did?
Well, the DMV has become quite a desirable place to raise a family, very desirable place to develop technological advances. We have on one side, if I may generalize for a moment, but on one side of the river, on the Virginia side, a great deal of IT intensive. Then as we move across into the Maryland side, we get into the rocket science when we go to Goddard. And so we find different opportunities throughout the area. And then, of course, in the middle, in the district, we find the epicenter of policy. So it's policy making to a large extent. Now, all of these scientists and so forth, we find them all around the Beltway. So that's just a generalization of the way the area looks to me.
So part of what we are trying to show people is that the DMV is not just government and politics. We're so much more. But there's obvious reasons why, what makes this area great is the access to government and that proximity. So what else would you say are some of the positives around? He's also our makeup artist.
Yep, I can see he's doubling up. Okay.
What would you say are, if you could just list them, some of the benefits about being here near the government?
Well, we have high technological, well-developed technological regions that are world-renowned, like Silicon Valley, for example. But what I like here is that we have the depth, the breadth and depth of technology. But in addition to that, we have great social venues. We have a lot of entertainment, a lot of places to go and eat anytime we feel like it. So it is what I would call the total region. It is not just technology, but it's a great place to live. So I would refer to it as a total region. And
what is the impact that University of Maryland has on the DC region?
Well, the impact has been in many different areas. For example, in the arts, we have a partnership with the Phillips Collection, and that has been a very vibrant component of the university for the last 4 or 5 years, I would say. In the technology area, we have many arrangements with different government agencies, DARPA and other and many other agencies. We cannot forget that the federal government is a great consumer of research and technology, and we're here to offer that. So we have been able to make a lot of contributions to their needs as well as industry.
So in taking a step back as far as the things that the businesses and ideas that have come out of this place, it started with the startup shell. And was that, kind of the initial idea behind the Idea Factory? Like, what was that process in coming up with the need for the Idea Factory?
Yes, the shell is a component of the Idea Factory. The purpose of the Idea Factory, looking at it from a different perspective, is to offer the students an opportunity to see or get closer to the real world, to bring what they're learning in the classroom and bring it close to the experimentation level and onto the marketplace. And the shell provides that path to the marketplace because it brings all the aspects of creating a business together. It is also a wonderful tool for the faculty. So we have students that are very hungry to learn. and a faculty that is really